Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you new here, my name's Dave. This is ScotsToys, where we cover Lego investing, our Bricklink store, and general reselling. This particular video, we are going to be covering the Bricklink side of the business, of the channel. Whatever you want to think of it as, they're one and the same to me. And if you saw Monday's video, you probably have a little bit insight into what this video is also going to be about. We opened our Amazon Day, our Walmart Day, our Target Day haul on Monday. If you didn't see that, go ahead. I'm going to put a link above with that video. Go ahead and watch it now. It is some insanity. I almost can't believe I ended up going that nuts, that crazy. You have to be willing to invest, though, if you're going to succeed. And that's what I'm doing. I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my business. I'm investing in this passion so that hopefully in the future I can see a good return on that investment and I can position myself and my family to live a better life. So that's why I do all this stuff. And I enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun and entertainment out of it as well. Now, before we jump into things, would really appreciate it. Go ahead and click on that like button below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. Don't forget to click the bell so that you can be notified of all of our videos when they go live. We really appreciate all of your support. It means the world to me. Okay, so for those of you who may not have already gone back and watched or saw last Monday's video, or this Monday, however you want to look at that, about Lego investment, I opened all of our packages. I've got them all stacked up here so you can see this is everything from the haul that we had from Amazon Day, Target Day, Walmart Day, whatever we want to call that particular holiday. It looks like Christmas in July to me. What our goal is next is to figure out which of these sets should be added to the part out log. I'm going to go ahead and go with that. But it's basically, we're going to identify which sets from here I'm specifically going to be keeping for Lego investment versus which ones we're going to be parting out. So we've got a couple here that right off the bat, this stack of the Elsa Palace, I know that I bought that for investment, so that's not going to end up being parted out. I can also tell you that this set over here, the Technic set, as well as the Sith TIE Fighter and the Ship in the Bottle, those three sets are all also going to be for the investment log. This Mia's House, that one is definitely going in the investment log as well. I am not planning on parting that out. Creeper Mine, same situation there. Also going to do the same for the Thanos mech. I actually already parted out about 10 of those previously. So these ones are going for sealed box sets. Over here, we had our construction set. That one's really for Luke, so we're definitely not going to part that out. Down at the bottom, we have three large Heart Lake City sets. The amusement park. Those are not going to be parted out. I am going to look up this Wonder Woman set. I don't think the part out is very much because it's mostly intended to be a special box, limited edition because of that. However, I will look it up. Those are damaged boxes, and so I would like to part those out if the value is there. I'm not sure it's going to be, though. The sets that we're looking at now is we have Kai's Mech Jet. We have the Spider Jet versus Venom Mech. We have the Journey to Skull Dungeon. We've got Poppy's Hot Air Balloon. We've got the Catterbus. We have the Submarine Adventure. We've got lots of snow speeders. We've got the Diving Yacht and the Volcano Rock City Concert. So we're going to go back to the computer. We're going to look up the part out value for each of those so that we can try and figure out which sets are going to be worth parting out. Okay, folks, so I have a list now of all the different sets that we kind of went through, the ones that we may be parting out. I went ahead and I looked up the prices for each of those sets in terms of what I paid for them as well. So I've got a good reference to know whether or not the value is going to be there. If you can't tell, I'm doing this all in the same day. So Monday's video and Wednesday's video both being recorded in the same day. So I had to look up the values to try and throw some stuff into the end of Monday's video. Hopefully you've all seen that, obviously. But let's go ahead and get into things here. We're going to start off with the first set. We are on Bricklink, and if you haven't seen this before, this is going to be a good way to get some part out values, or you can go back and watch last Wednesday's video where I start talking about this a little bit more. But we're going to look up set number 75268, which is the Star Wars Snowspeeder set. So this particular set, I paid $11.19, and as we can see, it has a $30.92 average sale price over the last 6 months, or a $35.83 sale price in terms of the current items for sale. For these particular sets, because most of them came from these Target days and Amazon deals and all that kind of stuff, I am actually going to be using the last 6 month sale price when I try and determine whether or not it's going to be worth parting them out. And the main reason for that is because of the large influx into Bricklink, in essence, or because of the availability of these sets. A lot of other people have probably also purchased them, which means that they're going to be adding these same sets, these same pieces to their store, which a lot of people are going to get into that price war game, and it's going to drop the overall price, and I don't want these pieces to be sitting around for a very long time. So, to determine the value, kind of to get ahead of the fact that the price is going to drop a little bit over time, I'm not going to use the current item for sale average like I normally would. Instead, I'm going to use the last 6 month average. So, this particular set, $11.19, means that it's slightly under a 3x return. A 3x return is roughly what I try and shoot for so that I can still do some discounting and get at least double my money. In this particular case, I would have traditionally liked a little bit more because of how heavily discounted I have the sets, but we're going to roll with what we have. One additional item that we are going to be looking at is the items on the right are going to let me know how many pieces from this set I already have in my store, as well as how many new lots it's going to add. So, for instance, in this case, this particular Snowspeeder set is going to add 24 new lots to the store, and total of however many pieces there. But that's 37 pieces that are not currently in my store, and that's pretty good for a set that only has a total of 58 different lots altogether. So that's almost half the pieces in there are going to be new to the store. With that being said, and given the fact that I did purchase 20 of these, and I have some more that I already have as a part of my investment log, this is going to be an ideal candidate for parting out. And so I'm actually going to be parting out somewhere between 5 and 10 of this particular set. It's also super small, which means that it's going to be very easy and quick to part out. So that's the first one. Let's go ahead and look up the next set. Next set on our list is 60221. This particular set is the Diving Yacht. Diving Yacht I paid $11.19 for. You can see that this one actually has a little lower value, which doesn't surprise me at all considering that this is a Lego City set. Lego City sets don't traditionally part out as high as most other sets, and I believe that comes from the fact that the minifigures are not nearly in as high of demand as any kind of the licensed or themed sets. And so we can see we've got a little bit lower on the part out value. I do have 22 lots that aren't in the store, but it's only 30 items that would be added as new. The other ones I all already have in my store. And so because this one is closer to around 2.5 times the value, and the fact that I only have 10 of this particular set, I think I'm going to pass on parting this one out, and I'm going to add these to the investment log so that they can retire and I can move them later as complete sealed sets. Let's go ahead and go to the next set, which is 41254. 41254. This is a troll set. Yeah, so this is the Troll Volcano Rock City set. This set I paid $23.09 for. You can see that we have a 6-month sale price or a part out value in this one of $65.63, which means that it's a little bit less than 3 times value Now, 3 times value would have been $69, so it's slightly less than that. The average for it is a pretty significant jump, though. That's at least another 25% increase from what the average was, or the average sales. So this one's kind of looking okay so far. If we go over to the right, we can see that this is going to add 44 new lots, and it's almost 400 pieces. So that's pretty good. That's a lot of pieces that I could add to the store with this one. And 44 at this point is a lot of new lots or new item types that would be in the store as well. So I think this one is going to be a great candidate for the set. Add on top of that the fact that the Trolls theme, I don't have a high level confidence that it's actually going to perform very well in the long term. I think it's probably going to fall closer in line with like the Lego Movie 2 sets. And so I don't want to be holding a lot of these as sealed items because I personally don't believe that the value is going to be there as a sealed item. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely part this set out. I'm not going to do all 10. I will keep a couple just in case they do end up going up in value. So I think we're probably going to target parting out about 5 of this one. Let's move on to the next set. The next one here is a Duplo set, and I don't have a whole lot of Duplo in my store right now. This particular set, the Submarine Adventure, I paid $11.47 for. We can see that we get a little bit better return than the Snowspeeder, honestly, but it is still slightly less than the 3X value. Duplo sets I do not put in my bins and drawers. I keep these in the boxes. And when I look over on the right here, I can see that I don't have a single piece from this set already available. And so this is going to be a no-brainer for me. I purchased 15 of this set. I think I'm going to allocate at least 2 of these to the Bricklink store. I may go as high as 5 if I can see the pieces start to move and sell. However, these take absolutely no labor for me to get in the store. Because of the way that I do Duplo, which is keeping the pieces in the actual set and just saying that it's in the box, I don't even have to open this. I can just add them to the inventory, put the boxes up on top of my bins, and I'm done. Which in this case is only going to add 24 items, but 22 of those are going to be brand new pieces. Duplo does not move insanely often. However, I have had a couple sales here and there, and since I have so many of this set, I think it's probably a really low risk to put them in the store, specifically since I can even keep them sealed. So I could add all 15. However, the reason you may not want to do that is that somebody could order one piece, all 15 of them, in which case you would be forced to break open all 15 sets in order to retrieve that one piece. And so that's why I'm going to limit it to, I'm most likely going to do 2 to start. And if I can end up getting the profit back out of those, then I'll probably add a couple more in. I do want to save at least 10 of this set, though, for resale later after it retires. I think this is going to be a pretty hot set. That cool yellow submarine reminds me of the Beatles' yellow submarine. And so I think there might be some people interested in that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next set here, which is, what do we got here? Set number, where am I? 41256. So this is going to be another troll set. Yeah, so this is the Rainbow Catterbus. So this set I paid $21.34 for. It's just barely under 3X value. There are a lot of pieces in here which would traditionally make me want to part the set out. However, I don't have any of this particular set already in the investment backlog to be resold later. And so this one I only have, I think it's 3 copies of. And on top of that, I've already parted out a bunch of these because I bought them previously. And so it's not going to add many new lots. It will add quite a bit of parts, but nothing new to make available to people. And therefore, this particular set, I'm going to go ahead and put on the investment log, and we are going to move on. So next set on the list, 41252. So this is going to be another troll set. This is going to be the Poppy Air Balloon, Hot Air Balloon Adventure. And this particular set I paid $17.14 for. The average part out value for this one is $46.13, so that's actually pretty low. This is only about a 2.5 time profit multiplier, and so we're not going to end up parting this one out. You can see over here that I actually have already parted out this set, and I have every one of these pieces in the store. So yet again, another good reason to skip this one. I'm going to go back to the price guide here. Next one is 71717. And so we're going to go ahead and click this. This is the Journey to the Skull Dungeon. So this particular set I paid $17.14 for. It's got a $62.20 return. So this one's actually pretty hot. This is closer to around 3.5% return, which is really nice. I much prefer a higher return on it, kind of closer to this. And so that's really exciting. It does add a lot of new lots, and it has a pretty high piece count. Now, sadly, I only have 6 of this set, and I do want to keep some for resale. And therefore, I think with this one, I'm probably going to part out 1 or 2 of them to try and get those pieces in the store, make them available, see if I can move them. And then maybe 6 months out, if I have moved a lot of these pieces, maybe I will consider pulling a couple more into the store. But I think for right now, 1 or 2 of these particular sets are all that I'm going to target. But that at least is another set that we're going to go ahead and part out. Next set on the list, 76150. So this one's going to be one of the Marvel sets. Oh, this is the Spider-Man. So Spider-Jet versus Venom mech set. This one I paid $16.79 for. And so it's got a $55 part out value, $55.41. So that's a little bit under 3x. Not horribly, though. No, that's not right. No, this is actually over 3x. So I'm getting confused here on my pricing. So this is over 3x value, so that's fantastic. I do see over here, though, that right now it's only going to add 2 new lots to the store and only 3 items that aren't already available. Obviously, it will increase the total item count if I were to part that out. However, I'm probably going to hold on to this. I know that I have 20 of them, but I think mechs have a really good resale value. The fact that it has Spider-Man in it and Venom, as well as the Spider-Man Noir, I think is going to make for a really good resale value later. So at least as of right now, I'm not going to part this out. However, because of the quantity, this is one that I will consider doing at a later date. Let's go ahead and jump down. Looks like we got 2 more sets on the list. This next set here, 707, this is the Kai's Mech Jet. So this particular set I paid $11.47 for. It has a part out value of $31.63. So pretty close to 3x, just under. I am kind of excited. It has 30 or 29 brand new lots in the store. Total, it's 200 and some pieces a piece, or per set. So that's going to add a decent chunk of parts to the store, couple new lots, the 3x value, and the fact that I have 20 of these, some of which really did have some damaged boxes, which normally doesn't bother me. However, when I'm giving consideration to stuff that I'm going to part out, I definitely want to make those sets a priority in the part out, because then I just tear the boxes apart anyway and throw them away. This set I will end up parting out. I'll probably target about 5 or 10, which will still give me a little bit to add to the investment log. The Ninjago stuff has been performing fairly well for me so far, and so I would like to keep this in there. It's got Ninjago theme. It's got the mech in it. It's great combination. I think it only does have 2 minifigures, which is a little lower from a set this size that I would like. However, we're going to go ahead and part out 5 or 10 of those so that we can get our part count up. Last set that we're going to look up today, 77906. This is the Wonder Woman vs. Cheetah set, which was a San Diego Comic-Con 2020 exclusive, which is really funny saying that because they didn't have San Diego Comic-Con 2020, which means this set rolled out to Walmart and has been available for a long time. This particular set, I don't remember what I paid. I want to say it was around $22 this time. I've purchased them in the past for more. I think they were $30 a piece or $40. I forget what MSRP was. but I did purchase 6 of them previously that I have in the investment log. These ones here, I'm kind of excited that at 22, yes, it's only about a 2.5, maybe slightly over value. However, the boxes for these are the ones that kind of got waterlogged and water damaged. And so I would much prefer to part out this set. So even though it's only got a 2.5 time multiplier on the set, it does add 23 new lots or new piece types to the store, as well as a total of 250 pieces per set. So I'm going to go ahead and part both of these ones out, which will add 500 pieces to the store. It will allow me to crack the boxes open and ensure that I don't have anything on the inside that's drastically damaged. I'm going to guess that the instruction manual inside is going to be in rough condition, and I don't want a customer to have to open this box and deal with something that's that nasty. So we're probably just going to throw that stuff out and make sure that the pieces are good and add those to the store. Okay, so that's it for the sets that we ended up pulling from our big haul on Monday. If you haven't, again, seen that video, go back and watch it. Out of those sets, it looks like we're going to be parting out roughly 5 to 10 of the snow speeder sets. We're going to go ahead and part out probably around 5 of the Volcano Rock Concert set, Troll set. We're going to part out at least 1 or 2 of the submarine set, although part out's a little funny way to say that. But anyways, we're going to add them to the store. We are going to do a couple, 1 or 2 of the Journey to Skull Mountain. We're going to go ahead and part out 5 to 10 of the Kai's Mech Jet set. And we are going to part out both of the Wonder Woman vs. Cheetah sets. So that's a lot of pieces that we're going to be able to add to the store. It also helps me know which of these sets I can go ahead and box up for more long-term storage, because it's going to take a while before these things, I think, are retired and at the particular ROI point that I'm going to want for the investment side of the business. So that's pretty much it. Now I've got a lot of work ahead of me to actually clean some more of my basement so that I can access the Bricklink store. Right now, all the boxes are in front of it, which means if I had an order right now that I had to pull, it would be a disastrous mess, and I don't want to be in that situation. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff all cleaned up now. Thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying this time with me. I really had a good time sharing this information with you. Let me know in the comments below if you ended up picking up any deals that I had missed, and or if you would part out any of the sets that I showed you that I chose not to. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.